Well, nearly all American households expected to take a financial hit if lawmakers don't reach a deal on the nation's budget drama by the end of the year. And here's what going over the so-called fiscal cliff means in hard numbers. Take a look at this. 158 million Americans would be affected. There would be an average tax increase of $3,500 per household, and 88% of households will see taxes rise. 88%. Kansas Republican Tim Huelskamp is on the House Budget Committee, and he joins us now with some more. Thank you for joining us, first of all.
Good morning.
So I want to break down these numbers for folks. Going over the cliff, it will affect different households in different ways, depending on income, marital status, number of children, amongst some other things. So I want to start with income level. Low-income households will be hit the hardest. Why?
Well, there are many credits that were in the Bush-Obama tax cuts. Those expire, and it'll impact, literally, as you mentioned, tens of millions of Americans are going to be impacted. And what we hear out of the White House, it's mainly top income earners, but that's far from the facts. And this will have a devastating impact for many people at the holiday season. It could be a devastating blow to the economy as well.
Yeah, you know, something else that I found interesting when I was looking through all the stats, a married couple making between $20,000 to $30,000 a year will go from receiving on average a $15 tax credit to owing over $1,400. So there's the marital tax credit as well.
Yeah. Yes, and we have marriage penalty will kick back in again, and numerous other things will happen. Child tax credit will be decreased, and that's why I think we should extend all of these. Give us a year for fundamental tax reform in Washington, but right now the administration is focused on the 2% that he would like to pay higher taxes, and frankly, we need more jobs. We don't need higher taxes here in this country.
Yeah, and speaking of jobs, extended federal jobless benefits, those will end next year for up to 5 million Americans, and that could lead to job losses. So it's not just the tax increases that families are facing.
Well, most of the impact will be the $400 billion in tax increases. This would be the single largest tax increase in American history. Then you have the spending side as well, which is significantly smaller, but it still have an impact on everybody's everyday lives, and certainly on the economy. When the economy is moving so slow, the last thing we want to do is have this massive tax increase that's been projected for 2 years now. Washington has known about this, and it keeps getting put off. The U.S. House has passed a bill to undo this, and we're looking for the Senate to act and hopefully the president to put forward a credible plan.
Yeah, so $400 billion in tax increases, $100 billion in spending cuts. How hopeful are you that an agreement will be reached?
I'm less hopeful than I was about 10 days ago, but we're still looking for a credible plan. Right now, what we're hearing is a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk about the 2%. And again, the 2% tax increases that the president would like to impose is a very small portion of this whole deal. And actually, the biggest part of it is the middle income and lower income will be harmed by these tax increases. And so let's see what the president's plan is, a credible plan that actually gets us through this crisis. But the next crisis is the fiscal abyss of the debt ceiling, and numerous things are going to kick in on January 1st that could have a very harmful impact on our economy.
All right, Congressman Tim Huelskamp, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.